The way to a successful business is the power you have, and Phoenix Metro Chamber is helping businesses unleash their power with their upcoming conference and expo. Phil Guinois is here with us, and so we're talking, sir, about, of course, something that the Chamber really wants to do, and that is make businesses successful. It's not just about a club to come sit and talk. It's also about pushing them to do their best, unleashing their power, and that's what this conference and expo is about. That is pretty neat for everybody who is looking to pretty much move their business forward.
Absolutely. So this is our second annual Unleash Your Power Business Conference and Expo. Last year was the first one, coming out of the pandemic. Brad, this year we are about twice as large as we were. So we had 23 vendors last year. This year we've got 40 vendors. We anticipate between 250 and about 300 people through the door. And here's the interesting thing. When people go to a vendor expo conference like this, I typically find out that they're there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. Our attendees at both of the signature events that we did last year were there for more than 4 hours, the average. And many of them were there all day because we followed up with a mixer in the evening. And why is that important? Because they get more connections with those vendors, and those vendors are actually moving business forward. We've got probably a couple $1,000s in raffle door prizes, as well as we've got a 50-50 raffle with one of our nonprofit members, the Rose organization. So it's going to be a great event. We've got 3 workshops, panel discussions. So we got a panel discussion on business basics. And one of the things that I find is that people in networking, they get bits and pieces of how to be a better business owner, but they don't get it in a process from beginning to end. So this workshop's going to be about your entity. Why is that important? How does that tie into your bookkeeping? And then from there, what tax strategies? That's the basics. If you don't have that, it doesn't matter what you do marketing-wise. You got to have those things in place first. And then we've got a couple of keynote speakers. One of them is Connie Kadansky, Win the Inner Game of Prospecting. How many people do we know that are afraid of prospecting or have that mental block going on when they go and prospect for people? And then we got a guy named Jason Mao. He's going to share his story, or the Warriors ethos. So it's going to be a phenomenal event. It's this Thursday, the 9th, 11:30 doors open until 5 p.m., followed by the mixer at venue 8600 up in Scottsdale.
There it is. And this is so cool that you're doing this because, again, it's about bringing those businesses together, especially the Phoenix metro area, too, which is important because we're seeing it grow. But we're seeing what I love about these chambers. They're not just staying in one spot. You just said right now in Scottsdale, you guys are going all over and bringing people together. Even though we see Phoenix on there, it's about all businesses, isn't it?
Yes. And with the Phoenix Metro Chamber, we're an independent chamber. So we're not tied to a city. That's why it's called the Phoenix Metro Chamber. And, to kind of go with what you're saying, we believe in 3 things: empowerment, networking, and freedom. Think of those 3 things as the legs of a 3-legged stool. Sitting at the top of that is what we create out of that is a win-win collaborative scenario with our members, with other businesses and other opportunities throughout the city.
Yeah, love it. There it is. Tell them the website very quickly where they can go.
www.phoenixmetrochamber.com.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Phil, for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.